There is an extremely simple strategy that I've been using to generate literally millions of dollars in my own business. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it works. And when you watch through the end, I'm going to reveal step by step how you can use this simple two-stage process too. And if you're just starting a brand new online business, this is the perfect time to use this strategy. But if you already have a business, this can make your business way more profitable. And when you use it, you become sort of like a profit black hole where you have online gravity. And this online gravity is pulling in visitors to your website, pulling in leads to your business and helping you make profit. And then you are unescapable. Once they're caught in your gravity, they are bound to get closer and closer until they give you money. This formula is so outrageously easy, a complete beginner could start from zero, apply the formula I'm about to show you, and land their first sale with just this strategy alone. Not only is it simple, it's made me millions of dollars. I am using this two-stage multi-step process in my own business to capture customers into my digital orbit, then keep them there for years and get them to pay me lots of money over and over and over again until the end of time. In fact, I am shocked that most businesses aren't already using this formula, because if you're not, you're leaving millions of dollars on the table. When you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to show you two business owners who were able to use this strategy and combined make $1.4 million a year, all by using their own online gravity. Now, with that, let's dive in. Now, this training, we have a deck that has all the resources in the step-by-step method and all of the notes that you might need. And it is available for free, by the way. So you can get this slide deck with all the resources and notes on how to apply this. All you need to do is become one of our totally free Ingeniosity subscribers. So every Friday, you'll get new training from me in your inbox by becoming part of our Ingeniosity newsletter. It's completely and totally free. And when you do that, you'll be able to download the deck that you see on the screen here that I'll be using in today's video. Now, with that said, let's get to it. Now, there are two stages to this. As I mentioned, it's a two-stage process. The first part, you needed to capture your ideal clients. You need to capture their attention with your own online gravity. So how do you become magnetic? How do you have that factor to pull in people to become aware of you and your brand? That is the first stage. You got to grab them and pull them in. Second stage of this process is to make it inevitable, make it so that you are unescapable. They are going to orbit you continuously. They are going to hear from your business. They're going to see your content, see your ads, see your products. That will happen continually, and they simply can't escape. Even after they give you money for the first time, they still can't escape. They'll give you money again and again and again. This is something that is really powerful and very profitable for a business. Because this, at the core, it's what solves how to make a business work. You have to capture the attention, capture the leads and the traffic. You need to then be able to get them to buy stuff from you, to give you money, and then to do it over and over and over again. And this system does that for you. Cool. So now we do that. I'm going to break this down. There's these two phases of doing this, and we're going to break it down into steps. And we're going to first start out with step one. So if you followed me for long, you know I talk about something that we call 10 PGB. This stands for the 10 biggest problems that your market has, the goals that they have that they want to achieve. So a lot of people will focus in on what their product does, right? So if you have a product or service, you focus on it and you think about your product and what it does and what it can do. Instead, we flip it around. When we start this two-stage process, we need to know intimately what are the biggest problems that our potential customers have. First, we identify who is our perfect customer, and then we locate all of the biggest problems and pain points and difficulties and struggles that they have. Then we look for the goals that they have. That's the G. The problems with the P, G is goals. So these are the positive upbeat things that they are trying to achieve related to your niche market. And then finally, we look at the benefits. What after they solve those problems or achieve those goals, how do they feel? What do they have? What do they get? What are the things that your product can give them? Those are the benefits. Now, this is not about finding keywords, or it's not at all about trying to dig into your product. It's more about digging into your perfect ideal customer's mindset and emotional states. This is incredibly helpful. If you don't already know about it, there's a video on the channel. So you have to go take a look deeper into our channel, and I walk you through step-by-step how to do this. So if you haven't yet done this, where you haven't uncovered your potential customers' biggest problems, goals, and the benefits that you can provide them, then go watch that training on the channel and then come back and you can finish this. But that is an important part. You must know that in order to proceed from here. If you try to implement this without knowing the 10 biggest problems, goals, and benefits that you can help your clients with, it's not going to go well. I'll drop a link to that video down below in the description or in the comments so you can find the link to it. But definitely check that training out. It's vital. So that's step one, is we need to know what those problems and goals that your market has and the benefits you can give them. Then step two, we are going to use AI to break those problems down into sub-problems. So let me give you an example of this. I always love to use dog training as an example that a lot of people can relate to. So let's say you had a dog training guide, and let's say one of the problems that you nailed down to was dogs barking. Now you have to break that down into more sub-problems. What are all the different ways that dog barking creates problems for your customers? And what are all the scenarios and situations that might play out? So it might be things like how to stop your dog from barking at the door, right? When the mailman comes. How to stop your dog from barking at noises at night. How to stop your dog from barking at children. How to stop them from barking in the front yard. Like there's various scenarios that might play out with that. So you want to take all the problems that you've uncovered in your initial research and break them down even more. Because what we're trying to get at here is we want to find all of the topics that could be on their minds or that they could want help with. What we do is we come away with 10 topics. So we have 5 problems, 5 goals that we're going to take from the previous steps. So we have 5 problems, 5 goals, then we have 10 in total. Then we break those down even further. And I like to see that we have at least 3. So those 10 become 30. Does that make sense? So if problem number 1 was dogs barking, then I break that down into 3 sub-problems: barking at the door, barking at children, barking at noises at night, maybe those 3. So then you do that for all 10. So now you're going to have a list of 30 different problems or goals that you can potentially help your customers with. And this is important that we're using these problems and goals because we want it to be stuff that will catch their attention. So many people focus on keywords and think about search traffic and stuff like that. I don't care about that. What I care about is I want to be able to know internally, deep in there, what are the emotional things that would make someone pay attention to me? And it's going to be these problems and goals. So now I have a list of 30 of them. I've broken them down into 30 different problems and goals, basically 10 major categories broken down into 3 different potential topics for a total of 30. Does that make sense? Now, once we have our list of these 30 problems, we're ready to go to the next step. So these are our 30 ideas here that we're now going to be able to create content on. There's a lot of different forms that that content can take. The simplest thing to do, if we move on to step 4, is to make an article, okay? That is the number 1 simplest, easiest thing to do. If you are able to, and if you have the skills and the experience and you're comfortable with it, you can also do video content. So you can just do articles only that you can publish on your website. You can also do videos and other forms of content too. But for this sake, it is important that you must start out with doing content on your website. So that means you need a site. You need to be posting these as articles. Let's say you have a blog, let's say a WordPress blog. You can just post them as articles in your blog and have them published on your website. It's really important that they must be there. And then in addition to that, you can also do video, audio, and other kinds of content in addition to it, if you're comfortable with that. If you're not, it works completely fine just starting out with the written content only. So step 4 is for every one of these ideas, we're going to make an article with AI and publish it on your site. Now, I've done training on the channel as well on how to create articles with AI. You can check that out if you're not familiar with doing that, or if maybe you don't have a site yet, if you don't yet have a blog, you don't yet have a way to do this. I do have a service. My software company called Pushbutton AI can actually help you with this. The Pushbutton AI system can build your entire website, even do all your blogging, all your content. It can do your research to find those 10 big problems, goals, and benefits. It can do all of that for you. So if you're interested in that, check it out. You can go to pushbutton.ai/demo to learn more about that. So if you want a done-for-you solution that just makes your site and puts all this content up for you, check that out. Otherwise, you can make your own content. If you have your own site, you have your own way to do that, create your own content. You can use ChatGPT to help you create those. You can check the training on my channel for more help on that, but you will need to have these 30 blog post articles published on your website. Everything at this point is setting up content that you can use to drive traffic to your site. You're going to be getting visitors to your website. Now, I want to explain this in a little more detail. I want you to picture this. So think of your website as the thing that is going to be the gravity that pulls people in. And how it's going to do that is these articles, you're going to share them in social media. So over on Facebook, over on Twitter or X, whichever way you want to call it. And anywhere else, you can share links to these articles online to get them in front of your ideal prospect. There are other ways. You can even do ads pointing to this content. But the point is, the content itself and the site becomes your gravity because it's going to be content that's covering the important topics. It's almost like you're in their mind following what their thinking is. They're experiencing this negative emotion because of the problems. And then they see an article, scroll by on Facebook. Oh, look at that. There's an article about how to stop my dog from barking. So my dog Roxy, right? I want to stop her from barking. And this article comes by. I'm going to click it. All right, I'm going to click that. I'm going to go to the website. I'm going to browse around. I'm going to check it out. And that's the first step. That is starting up your gravity engine, right? And you're pulling people in to come and consume the content on your website. So that is our 2-stage process. This is that first part. We now have set up our gravity and we're pulling people in to come consume our content on our website. Okay, but it doesn't end here. Let me explain how this continues to work. And you'll see how this leads into actually having money in your pocket. Keep watching. I'll explain as we go. So you'll see exactly how this results in dollars into your pocket. So we've got our site set up. We've got content. We're sharing our content in social media, and we're doing other strategies to get traffic to our site for people to come look at our content. Now, step 5. This is something that a lot of people consider an advanced topic, but it's really not. This is something called remarketing. I want to clarify this really quick to define this and explain it because it's really simple. And I think it sounds technical, so people get scared of it and they want to run away. But don't run away because it's vital. If you've ever heard of the word of a pixel, it's actually just, this is like an old-timey word in the marketing world. You used to have to take a little image, right? A little one pixel, one little dot image to track people on your website. That was back in the old days. Now you use a little bit of code. And so sites like Facebook and Google and a bunch of others will give you a little snippet of code that you can just literally copy. And if you're in WordPress, you can just go in and paste it and submit it. And that's all you have to do. And then everything is automatic. Okay. But what that does is that then allows Facebook to use their pixel, their little code that you took, that's the pixel, and you pasted it into your website. And now that allows Facebook to track who is reading your articles, who is browsing your homepage, who's looking at your sales pages, and they can actually see that. And so what we want to do is we want to get that pixel from all the places that we can. And there's a long list of places you can get pixels from. And it's really up to you how many of them you would like to do this with. So what this does, and I'll show you a list of them in a second on the slide deck there, but you want to get the pixels from at least the major ones. The major ones are going to be Google, it's going to be Facebook, and it's going to be also X. Other sites have pixels. Again, I'll go more into that in a minute, but you want at least those 3. So you sign up for an ads account at each one of those places. You get your pixel, you paste it into your website. And get your webmaster's help, or if you're one of my customers, our team can help you with it. If you can't figure out how to paste your pixel on your website, my team will help you with it. But get your webmaster, or if you're technical, just put these on your site and they will enable all these services to track the visitors that are on your website. And then that enables something called remarketing. And I'm sure you've experienced it. Have you ever gone to somebody's website and then you feel like they're stalking you, right? You go to their website and then maybe you don't buy something and you leave. And then you see their ad over and over and over. Well, that's remarketing. So that is what the pixel enables you to do. So get the pixel, put it on your site, start tracking your visitors. That's what we're talking here. And that unlocks the ability to start doing your own remarketing, which I'll explain. It's very simple to do. Again, it sounds advanced. It sounds complicated. It's not. I'll show you how that works in a minute. And you'll see here, we got Facebook, we got X, Google Ads, and YouTube falls under the umbrella of Google Ads. But LinkedIn has pixels, Pinterest has a pixel, TikTok has a pixel, Snapchat has a pixel, Reddit has Reddit ads. If you're going to run them, that's a website that's pretty huge. Quora, and others. Point is, you can go crazy with the number of pixels that you put on your website. So start with the ones you know you're going to use. I recommend at least the big three. So Facebook, X, and Google Ads. And then you can always add more later. And you want to get the pixel, you want to copy it and paste it into your website from each of those places. Step 6, we are going to create AI ads that pitch what you sell. Now, we have training on the channel. I will link to it below in the comments, and I will link to it in the description so that you can go watch it. It teaches you how to make them. So you're going to make these AI ads, and don't worry, it's easy to do. And if you want to, you can hire outsourcers to do it for you, but I'll give you the training. It's totally free. It's just here on my channel. And I'm going to show you how not only to create your ads, but how to script them, how to do all the videos, everything is all done by AI. So you don't have to record yourself. If you're comfortable on camera and you can, great. But if not, you just make them all with AI. You don't have to actually be the face or even the voice. Follow the training on the channel and it'll show you how to do that with AI voices, AI video, AI everything. They can work really, really well. Now we're getting into the second stage of this process. We capture people into our digital gravity because our pixels stick to them, right? The pixels that we've pasted on the website are now tracking everyone. And we can bring them back over and over and over and over again. And here's what happens. Our ads become cheaper. Okay, so think about it this way. You don't have to advertise to the whole world. Some of the big campaigns that I'm run, we might spend thousands and thousands of dollars, even tens of thousands of dollars in a day because we're advertising to huge audiences all over the world. When we started doing this, we can spend way less money and still have a huge impact because we're not having to advertise to the big audiences all around the world or even just here in the US, but big audiences that can be very expensive to get in front of. All we need to do is advertise to the people that are already familiar with you and your company because they came to your website and they browsed your article. So now when they see your ad, they're going to be like, oh, I saw that company. I read that article that was from them. I know who they are. And then the odds of them clicking are much higher. And then you have a variety of these different ads that have been created by AI that get shown to your audience over and over again. So if they're over on Google, they're going to see one of your ads. They're on Facebook, they're going to see one of your ads. They're on Instagram, they're going to see one of your ads. They're on YouTube, they're going to see one of your ads. You are now unescapable and it's affordable. You don't have to be Ford Motor Company spending hundreds of millions of dollars on advertising. You can do this for a shockingly low budget because we're only advertising to the people that have seen our pixel and nobody else. So this is a masterful way to do this. Now, a little advanced tweak that we can do is we can also put ads to get them to come back to read more content. This is an optional extra step that if you'd like to do that, to get not only getting them to come buy your stuff, but to come back and consume even more content. And this is how you now have captured them into your gravity and you're using these ad accounts with a very low daily budget to advertise over and over and over again. And if you need help with the different steps of this, like how to script your ad, how to make your AI ad, how to build your website, all of the training is here on the channel. But this is kind of the overview of this whole strategy from beginning to end. Step 7 is to make more ads. So you just keep learning from looking at what ads people are clicking on. You just let them run. And this may take weeks, may take months even, depending on the volume of traffic you're getting. But over time, you will learn what ads are working and what ads are not. So you just make a variety of different new ads based on what you learn about what your audience likes. So we're going to get to that in a moment. So that is the whole process in a nutshell. And it is businesses that use this strategy are winning today. Old ways of doing this, where you could advertise to the mass market and just sort of like spend just raw spending power to get customers, that has become harder and harder and harder to do. And the companies and the new entrepreneurs and the new business owners that are adopting this strategy that I'm showing you here, they're winning while everyone else is struggling. So this is great because it enables you to build a relationship with your potential prospects. You know, you think about the old thing that they would say about you do business with people you know, like, and trust. Well, by having them come to your website and leading with content, leading with value, and showing them that you can help them and what you can help them with, that helps to build that know, like, and trust factor. The other thing that does it is they'll begin to know you because they're going to see your ads. You're almost like you're going to be like famous. You're going to be a celebrity. Even though you're only spending a little bit of money for these ads, you're going to look like you're everywhere to these prospects that come across your website. Like, I don't know if you've ever noticed that in yourself. Like, I notice it when I see a company and I'm like, oh, look there, and there's an ad there. They're on YouTube and they're on Facebook. It sort of elevates them in my mind as to how important they are or how good they are. And then over time, you begin to know them. And the more you're exposed to them, the more you like them. And that leads ultimately to somebody clicking the paid ads and buying your stuff. And this becomes an incredibly powerful strategy. And it's what I'm doing. What I'm showing you here is literally what I'm doing in my companies to generate profit. I'm finding that when we lead with content and we apply this two-stage process, it's like 10 times more likely. So I'll give you an example. When a customer comes through this process and ends up talking to my sales team, they are 10 times more likely to buy from us. If I just run a high pressure ads to somebody who doesn't know me, I push them into my sales pages, I get them to sign up, talk to my sales rep, well, it's 10 times less likely that they're going to buy from me. But the other people that go through this digital gravity, this two-stage process, again, 10 times more likely that they're going to give me money. So this is the way to do it. And if you're just starting out, you have a perfect opportunity to set up this gravity well early so that you can start to collect people that you can remarket to early and not struggle while other people are trying to do things the old way and struggling. You're going to have a huge benefit, a huge boost ahead of that. Now, with that, let me jump over to our little bonus training for today's video. And I want to show you a couple of businesses that are doing this now. They're using online gravity to make money. Now, here's an example of one here. This is on the site Growth in Reverse. So this is a case study over on Growth in Reverse, thanks to them. And this actually breaks down how she did this to make $400,000 a year from her email list. Now, check this out. She has 4,000 subscribers. That's crazy. That's not very many subscribers. It is incredibly easy to get 4,000 subscribers. And she's making $400,000 a year with that using this strategy. This case study walks through the whole thing. There's a link to it in the deck. Again, if you want the deck with all the resources, the link is down below. Just join our free Ingeniosity newsletter. I'll share the whole thing with you. You'll get the deck that I'm using right now on screen. You get to download it. You can go through the resources and the links and check these case studies out yourself. That is a fantastic way. If you want to build a newsletter, you can use this digital gravity, this online gravity strategy. Here's another one. This is somebody who is making over $1 million a year with a YouTube channel using this exact strategy. So this is courtesy of Edward Sturm. So I want to thank Edward for his awesome case study. Again, I'll link to this in the deck so you can come check it out for yourself. And here's somebody who's got a 450 YouTube subscriber channel and is using this same strategy. And it goes through his strategy step by step, how he's applying it. And again, all courtesy of Edward Sturm. So shout out to Edward for that. Another great YouTuber, by the way. You should check out his channel and give him a follow. He puts out some pretty amazing content. By the way, that one is in fitness. So that's in the fitness market. With that, I want to thank you for tuning into this video. And I want to remind you that if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, you're going to want to do that down below. The big red subscribe button, just tap it. Just costs you one click. That's the price of admission. One click. Oh, and if you want to tap on the bell icon and tell YouTube that you want to be reminded when we go live or when we release training on the channel, be sure you do that. And if you got value from this video, give us a thumbs up. Just tap that thumbs up button that you see down below and give us a like. Also, I would love to hear what parts of this two-stage online gravity process do you need help with? Is there anything you'd like me to do a deeper dive to walk you through how to do it? Any questions that you have about it? Did you like the training? I want to hear from you. So pop them in comments down below and let me know, did you like this? And what can I help you with so you can implement this for yourself? I would love to answer all your questions and maybe create more training about this in the future based totally on your feedback. And with that, I want to thank you for tuning in. I shall see you next time. Bye for now. I'd like to send you over 20 different playbooks, downloadable reports, presentations, and more free, all designed to help you start, build, and profit as an online entrepreneur. And they are all based on my $100 million in results across all of my online businesses. Because over the last 25 years, I have figured out what works and what didn't. But it took a lot of trial and error, a lot of painful lessons along the way. And I would like it so that you don't have to fumble around like I did over the years. Instead, I want to give it to you straight, the exact patterns, the exact steps that you need to follow to launch and explode your online empire this year and beyond. So whether you're just starting out or already have a business you want to grow, there is something for you, and it's totally free. So these playbooks, we release them each week, and a couple examples of them, they're already waiting for you in the vaults right now. These examples would be how I'm using Mr. Beast's leaked manual to blow up my own YouTube channel and make 6 figures from YouTube alone. Also, the next playbook is a simple content hack that made one guy over $1 million his first year. Also, another playbook is how one woman, she made $200,000 by borrowing traffic from other websites. Also, you'll see how to use an AI tool called Runway ML to generate AI ads that are 300% more profitable than traditional ads are. You'll also learn how to use Notebook LM, which is a different AI tool that Google puts out, and you'll see how to make tons of website traffic show up on your doorstep and explode your business. And then another example is our 5 profitable newsletter business ideas. So if you ever wanted to start an online newsletter or an email newsletter, you can start one in a single afternoon with this playbook. Those are just a few examples. There's tons of playbooks and other stuff, and we release more every single Friday. You will get another playbook that will cut right through the noise, will bring you a cutting edge, new marketing or business building strategy that will help you either get more traffic, get more money, or make your business bigger. And these are filled with growth hacks, the workflows, the ideas, the strategies and tactics that will help take you from a concept in your mind to cash flow coming into your pocket, and it'll do it fast. Now, over my $100 million that I've made across all of my different businesses, I know what works. And some of them were very painful and frustrating lessons to learn. And now, through Ingeniosity, it's totally free, and I want to share my knowledge with you so that you do not have to go through that. And I look forward to seeing you inside the Ingeniosity members area. Remember, it's free, and each resource is carefully researched, carefully curated, and we check it against all of my hard-won $100 million worth of experience and make sure it's something that is working now, today. By the way, all of it's indexed, cataloged, and roadmapped. You can log in and find these. You'll never be left in the dust again. Some of the other things that you'll get as an Ingeniosity free subscriber is you actually get to learn behind the scenes of what's going on in my own businesses so you can see what's working in them right now. So these are not just theories, things that I am doing in my businesses. You'll see real life business experiments and case studies that we're releasing. You'll get the practical blueprints, the growth hacks, everything you can deploy. It's like plug and play. You just take the training, implement it, and you can get results. So as a free Ingeniosity subscriber, you'll get all the practical cutting edge AI tactics that you can use right now in your business so you can participate in this AI revolution. It's all free. It's all right now waiting for you. Go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe. So you go to that link that you see on the screen or down below in the comments, click it, and it's totally free. I'll see you over there.